in the 450, but if you come from a lights program where you focus on the lights, you never ride a 450, then you come and ride the 450, middle of the season's got to be pretty rough on you the first year.
Oh, it is. I mean, it takes a toll on you, not only, mentally, but also physically out there. I was just trying to watch and see if I see Josh Hansen out there. I'm looking for number 60 on a Kawasaki, because we had mentioned in that B and C practice we didn't see him, but there he is there with the green gear on and yellow. That looks like Josh Hansen. So he's out there. We just missed him. He wasn't in the top qualifying spot. And the other guy I want to look for is Josh Hill, because remember, he had that crash and he took a ride back in the Asterix mobile medical unit. So we'll see if he comes back strong in this practice.
Says active, Josh Hill listed as active. Yet to spot him here on the track.
Well, now you're watching right now, it's going to be Barsha right there jumping into that sand, and a lot of the lights guys, came over and probably told him, hey, you can clear that thing once you hit it. You can jump all the way into the sand and just grab a handful before you go into that right-hander. There's Villapoto, and obviously Villapoto set the fast time of 56.7 for Villapoto out there, and right behind him was Barsha, but those are the first two guys out there. But, like you talked about, Kevin, when the thing kind of progresses, those last few laps, guys will start laying down their lap times. They play a little cat and mouse out there.
Yeah, it is interesting the different ways that these guys approach qualifying and when to lay down those fast laps. You see Villapoto kind of pull off to the side, get out of the groove.
Yeah, and that's key for a rider. I was always, pissed off if somebody, he actually pulled off and went into the mechanics there. But, if you're not going to go slow, pull over and let somebody else, have the track. And that's good rider etiquette from Villapoto to pull over and give a clean track to somebody else who's trying to lay down a fast lap time.
There's that Sky Shot, the Monster Energy Cup Sky Shot, October 19th. Remember, 2013. That's a unique event, an opportunity with an open class to take a look at guys as they get ready for the new year. It was our first opportunity to see Ryan Dungey on a KTM 2 years ago. James Stewart did not come out for the event this past year. It would have been the first opportunity to see an SX-style track for James Stewart on his Yoshimura Suzuki.
Yeah, a lot of people, forget that he rode the outdoors, and this is the first time he's been on the. Now he's going to pull it into the mechanics area. Let Lee McCullum spinning the wrenches, the technicians talking to him, and
maybe hit the clickers a little bit.
I think so. Now Villapoto's out there after he went into the mechanics area. Maybe he wasn't happy that time's still holding up, but maybe he changed a few things to see if that could step it up a little bit more, and maybe he can get a little faster somewhere.
There's that quad section. You saw Villapoto do it there. Not sure that was drawn up on paper that way, but these guys are making it happen.
Yeah, and see, they're also trying to stay low on that Monster Energy Cup. It's a big wall, and then you got to step down on it. You want to stay low because you want to get the power back down to the throttle and just hammer that thing down. If you're up in the air, you're not going anywhere. You don't have no power to the ground at that point.
Saw Ken Roxon do a good job with his 250 of scrubbing off the top of that thing. And Brian Villapoto putting a lot into that wall, into the sand. He was going pretty hard into that thing and jumping a whole nother hump further in that sand section. Villapoto, as usual, looking smooth. And it's easy to forget that he was injured. It's easy to forget that he had an ACL. He came right out of Monster Energy Cup and looked like he'd been racing all the way through the end of the series.
Yeah, and if you look at that, there's James Stewart now entering into the picture there, and he looks good also. There's that quad. You got to seat hop it in order to get that. You got to get the suspension to collapse and to rebound over to travel that distance. And here he's going to triple, and then here, see how they're trying to scrub down and stay low and get back as they come across the mechanics area into that right-hander. A nice little double there, a little bit sandy. You're going to have to watch that section there going in because of the fact that the tires these guys have are set up for the majority of the racetrack, and you got that little 10% that is sand, and some guys think later on, now Stewart's slowing down, he's going to see what he did, and there it is.
James Stewart, fast lap, 55.980. And right behind him, Davey Millsaps lays it down and goes to the top of the leaderboard, 55.917.
And there's Trey Kennard. He actually is faster than Stewart. He's second now. So you're going to see this leaderboard change a lot. And, you know, Stewart didn't get a chance to enjoy it, but maybe about 3 seconds, and then Millsaps must have been following him.
Hey, you wondered how comfortable Millsaps would be. There's your answer, 55.9. And for the moment, with 3:55 remaining in this last time practice for this group, he is atop the leaderboard. Millsaps, Kennard, Stewart, Villapoto, and Barsha, your top 5. And then how about Brock Tickle? It's a guy we haven't talked a lot about. He's on that RCH Factory Suzuki. New effort this year between Ricky Carmichael and Kerry Hart. And Tickle stepping up to that number 20, putting it in a 6th spot. That's outperforming what a lot of people expected.
No, it's definitely respectable. And then you look down at the bottom there and you see number 60 in 20th, Josh Hansen at 59.7. I mean, lights guys are going faster than that, but there's 4 seconds there you got to try to make up if you're Josh Hansen. And I don't know if you can do it tonight.
No, Josh Hansen pushed well to the bottom there in the 59s.
The other guy I was trying to look for is Hill. I don't see. I'm going to see if we can see Hill out there, number 75, Brock Tickle's teammate there, but I don't even see him on the 20 fastest here. So
no, he was listed as active early on. He is currently not listed now. I don't know if they bumped somebody else up into this practice. We have 20 riders active. Hill's name is not on the list. That a blow to Josh Hill. So Millsaps and now Dungy, famously fast late. Oh, Millsaps pushed out of the number 1 spot. Ryan Villapoto pushed him out as we're looking at the number 51 of Justin Barsha, who is currently in 6th. As guys start to pick up the pace. Villapoto, Millsaps, Dungy, Kennard, Stewart, your top 5.
Yeah, some of the other guys that I thought might have, Jake Weimer, 13th, Chad Reed, 12th, Josh Grant, 11th, Robert Canary putting in a good ride at that 10th, Kevin Windham, 9th, Andrew Short, 8th, and like you said, Tickle in 7th, and Barsha in that 6th spot there, but
Weston Pike right now in 20th in this group on that Suzuki. Weston Pike rode several different bikes last year and actually supported by a local message board this year. ProRide.com putting some money behind a guy they know. Trey Kennard going by our broadcast position, just flying.
That Honda caught some traction when he came out of that last hit. There's Barsha. There's the whip. You know, he likes it when he's out there having fun. He'll whip it. He'll turn it sideways, and let's see if he's on a hot lap right now. Man, Kevin, the track is just looking great. There's Weimer now going through the whoops and over the triple there. He's followed it. There's Kyle Chisholm, 11 right there. But, this is a guy that, he's probably at the end of his contract. This is probably the 2nd year of his contract, and he's going to have to step up and get some podiums. But you're not going to get it done if you're sitting outside that top 10.
One of my favorite Weimer quotes from this past year dealt with some of the changes in his program. He's a very interesting guy to talk to. Had a big feature on him inside the outdoors, talking about his family and his ambition to get to where he is in the motorcycle world. It's now James Stewart, 55.4, sits atop the leaderboard. Villapoto, 55.5.
Yeah, you're not going to see in years past where there's going to be like a half a second faster or a second faster. You're talking tenths right now. This is what these guys are trying to pick up, is tenths on the racetrack.
The top 5 riders all in the 55s. Trey Kennard, the last one of those, 55.9. If you want to be in the top 10, you better be below 57.4. And Andrew Short right there at 10, having a much better round here.
There's Trey Kennard going through the whoops, and it kind of has a little skip out. He's throwing it. He's trying to hug that inside. Remember, you don't want to leave the door open. If somebody's on your butt, they can go right underneath there and push you out. So Trey Kennard taking that inside now. Let's see what he does here. It's Going to be a couple little whoops. He's going to be the right-hander, and I think he's on a cool-down lap also. So he pulled over. And
well, that's going to do it for this practice session. That'll be the last for 450A.
Yeah, Millsaps is going to get the checkered flag now over the Monster Energy finish line. It's over. That's it. James Stewart, atop of the leaderboard with a 55-4.
55-4, followed by Villapoto. Millsaps, great ride for Millsaps. Certainly comfortable in that Suzuki. Then Dungy and Kennard in your top 5. Justin Barsha brings it home in 6th for his first 450 qualifying effort. Andrew Short, Chad Reed, Brock Tickle. A great effort for him, and it's his first ride for RCH, bringing home in 9th. Mike Alessi in 10th, and then it's Wyndham, Weimer, Chisholm, Canary, Grant, Hansen, Brayton, Gerke, Blos, and Pike, rounding out the top 20, Kevin Barnett and Jim Holly here in studio. So that'll do it for the A group. We've been through both A groups now. The night's starting to take shape.